Your honey trap is starting to realize that you were the real player in the end. This is the quick message
From the
chosen
universe.
one, chosen one. Yo, this honey trap situation, the honey trap just, the honey trap is still holding on to the thought of y'all being together. The honey trap is still holding on to the thought of y'all being together, chosen one. And honestly, I told y'all, the honey trap is not going to never let this go. See, your honey trap, your honey trap feels like, even though they put you through a lot of the shit that y'all been through, she feels like, or he feels like, y'all been through it together, so she earned the spot to be with the chosen one. See, the chosen ones, man, and what people are starting to realize is this shit is real. This chosen one shit is really real. There are real beings out here that are more than just human beings, and these beings, they are able to defy death. They are able to make people fall in love. They glitch reality as they move through reality, and people are starting to see that there are chosen ones in this matrix, man. Well, your honey trap didn't believe the hype. But after they encountered you a couple weeks in, they knew. See, when your honey trap meets you, they know what time it is out the gate. So your honey trap knew, chosen one. And the thing is, right, these people, they don't do their research into who they dealing with, man. See, they thought you was green. Your honey trap, your attackers, they thought that you was green. Chosen one, they knew that you was just coming out of a bad relationship. See, a lot of y'all were coming out of a bad relationship. Some of y'all were getting divorced by y'all marriage. Some of y'all were in toxic relationships with baby fathers, baby mothers. And see, your attackers knew that about you. And a lot of time, your baby moms and baby dads, they knew they been paid off, bro. A lot of y'all husbands and ex-wives, it was prayed off to leave you alone. You know them people loved you more than how they acted. And a lot of y'all baby mamas and baby dads turned their back on you. Husbands turned their back on you. Wives turned their back on you and left you out in the street. And you got a better rapport with these people. You got better. You done been there through so much shit. And for them to turn their back on you like that, it was some money involved. Cause around the time when you was out here and you fell into the honey trap, what your other half, right? Your ex, they was leveling up. They got out here buying cars and buying houses and shit. You see what I'm saying? So you had already peeped like, yo, it probably was a money transfer involved there. Because even to this day, these people have to deal with you in a certain way. They want to deal with you how they want to deal with you, but they have already signed some shit. They have already made a deal. And I'm telling you, because they be wanting to tell y'all. A lot of times, your exes and shit, they be, you just think I'm being mean. I ain't trying to purposely. Nah, bitch. You want to tell me that you took some money to goddamn turn your back on me, ho. I know you. But you see what I'm saying? That's how I really be, chat. You feel me? That's how I really be. But your attackers and your honey trap, they thought that they had you. You came out that vulnerable relationship. And you were in a state of need. Money was funny. Sometimes when you go through relationship problems, or a lot of y'all was getting out of these vulnerable situations, like I said, a lot of y'all was getting out of jail, all that type of shit, right? And when you going through this, money be funny, you be fucked up. And they call it hero syndrome or some shit like that, right? Where the honey trap make it seem like they have saved you, right? And they changed your life, and then this hooks you in more. Your honey trap played you a lot, man. You had situations where motherfuckers was laughing, crazy shit. Like your honey trap tell you like, yeah, I'm about to go to the store. She go out the house, or he go out the house, go next door, get clapped. You know what I'm saying? Come back. You go outside, motherfuckers is laughing and joking and shit. And the thing about you, chosen one, you played it cool. You played it cool. You never let motherfuckers see you get out. There's a lot of people playing with you, but you kept it real player. And the thing is, these people thought that they was players, chosen one. They thought that they was playing you. Whole time you weren't even really thinking about uh uh the honey trap like that, your eyes were set on some whole other shit. You was over there plotting on some whole a whole person, right? But it was like you couldn't move on it. So at the end of the day, you was like, all right, fuck it. But now, fast forward to now, chosen one, you done slid off on the honey trap. You're doing your thing, and the honey trap is wondering like why you haven't came back yet. Why you ain't pulled back up yet? Why I haven't seen you? Some of y'all been separated for years, 2 years now. Honey Trap still thinking like they God's gift to earth. And you ain't going for it. So the Honey Trap like, yo, what is up? They are starting to realize that you was the player the whole time, chosen one. They are starting to think back on those situations and realize you ain't snapped because you really didn't never give a fuck. They starting to understand you had lost interest in the honey trap a long time. You just had to maneuver your way through that situation. Your honey trap right now is starting to see that they never had the pull that they thought they had on you, chosen one. See, your honey trap thought that they had you. They thought you was gonna be married. They thought all this weird shit, right? And you fed into it too. You used to be playing with it. Yeah, let's get married. Let's get married. You know, capping like shit. You know, you knew what you had to do to make it through the situation. You knew you had to seem like you was sucked in. A lot of y'all was acting like y'all was gonna marry Honey Trap, and y'all never was really even thinking about it. You never tried. You was just saying some shit in the moment in time because you knew you had to do what you had to do. See, your Honey Trap is starting to click in their mind. Damn, I never really had this person the way I thought they did. Your Honey Trap is starting to realize who the real player was in the situation.